Hi guys, this is your coding buddy Himanshu Singhania. So welcome back to our coding channel, that is Uncode Competitive Programming, and also welcome back to our dynamic programming lecture series. And today's lecture we are going to see miscellaneous problem. So a very first problem we are going to see how to apply dynamic programming on the tree, and also I will be giving you a homework of the Course problem. So that's really be interesting. And one thing, guys, if you haven't watched the introduction lecture series or introduction lecture of this series, please go there and watch the introduction of the dynamic programming. We have covered the bottom up and the top down approaches of the dynamic programming there. And after the watching of that lecture, after you watch that lecture, then comes to the this lecture, because this was the really that was the really important lecture where we have covered the all of the stuff like how to apply dynamic programming, how to identify where we are going to apply the dynamic programming. So all other things we have already covered in those lectures, and also we have already covered many of the patterns in the dynamic programming like minimum maximum path, distinct sway, and DP on the strings, and merging the intervals. So many topics we have already covered, and now this is our miscellaneous part where we are going to cover some of the problem of the dynamic programming. Obviously at least one problem of the three we are going to cover here. So lots of the things are going to happen in this lecture. So before jumping into the dynamic programming lecture, so I just want to introduce you guys. So I just want to introduce myself here. So myself Himanshu Singhania, and also I have given the ACM ICPC twice, and in the one of the ICPC I got the 39th AIR, and also I am currently working in the Lenskart solution, and I am the backend developer here. And if I talk, I want to share a very good news, you guys. I might be moving to a very good organization. So I will be sharing my the interview journey. I will be sharing my the service based to the product based journey, how I prepared myself, and how the competitive programming is going to help me, how to competitive programming going to help you guys as well. And one more best thing is like interview preparation and the competitive programming is slightly different. So we are going to discuss lots of the thing in upcoming lectures as well. So this is the my introduction, guys. So like before jumping into the dynamic programming stuff, so I just want to let go through the Unacademy Plus subscription, guys. So what is the Unacademy Plus subscription here? So if you guys purchase this Unacademy Plus subscription, so you will be having India's the best programmers, and best programmer as in 7-star 6-star coder, and they are already working in your dream company. So you will be having a direct interaction in the live classes with them as well, and also you will be having a really good doubt support, because if you guys stuck into any problem, if you are guys facing any kind of issue in the understanding of the concept, then you can guys directly interact with them, and you will be having a really good doubt support as well. And also you will be having a problem directly from the CodeChef, and all of you know that the CodeChef is a really great competitive programming platform. Okay guys, so and one more thing I just want to let you know guys here. So if you guys avail the 6-month and 12-month subscription, then you will be having option of no cost EMI. Yes, you guys can avail the no cost EMI here. And also one thing, if you guys avail the that code HMS10, you will be having a 10% off directly on Unacademy Plus subscription. And other things are like there are lots of the batch going on Unacademy. One of the batch is Mahayodha, that is for the advanced programming concept. So as the name suggests, Mahayodha, you are going to learn really good programming concept here. And there is another batch, Ekalavya 2.0. In this batch you will be expertise yourself in the Java, and if you are absolute beginner, you can be a very expertise in the Java. And also there is another batch that is Brahmastra 2.0, and in this batch you can prepare yourself for the campus placement and the off-campus placement. So lots of the really good things are going on the Unacademy. So before jumping into dynamic programming stuff, I want you guys to subscribe this channel and share this channel among your friends, and like this all the playlist, and also don't forget to press the bell icon. because if you press the bell icon, then you will be having the directly notification of the live classes and the premium video as well. So you will never gonna miss any of the lecture of the any of educator on this channel. So just like and share and subscribe this channel. Okay guys, so let's jump into the today's concept. So if I talk about the today's concept, it is not a specific concept, guys. We are going to solve one or two problem here, and how we are going to see how we can apply dynamic programming on the various data structures. So dynamic programming is a concept. It is a technique you can apply on any of the data structure. You can apply on string, you can apply it on graph, you can apply it on tree, you can apply it on linked list, you can apply it on array. So this is not any kind of data structure. Dynamic programming is a technique which you can apply on any of the data structure. So here in today's lecture we are going to see how to apply dynamic programming on the tree. So we are going to solve a problem here, and in the end we are going to discuss a Korsakoff problem. Not the problem, actually I am just going to explain the problem statement, and you have to take it as an homework and you have to solve it and submit that problem, right guys? And in the homework problem you have to identify what is the pattern of that problem, because we have seen all the patterns: distinct space, merge interval, DP on string, decision making. So you have to identify which of the pattern is in that problem. So you will realize like any of the 99% of problem of the dynamic programming will be lying into these of the patterns. Either it will be minimum maximum path, either it will be distinct way, either it will be the merge interval, either it will be decision making, or either it will be the you will be applying the LCS kind of stuff on the string. So in the end we are going to solve the Korsakoff problem, and you will have to identify what is the pattern of that problem, and you have to submit that problem as well. So let's jump into the today's problem, that is we are going to apply the dynamic programming on the tree. Okay guys, so let's see the problem here. So problem is like a path in the binary tree is a sequence of the nodes where each pair of the adjacent node in the sequence has an connecting with them. A node can appear only in the sequence at more once. So you have to determine a path in the binary tree. So path is a sequence of the nodes where the two nodes are are connected with each other by an edge. So note that the path does not need to pass through the root. So here it is a really good constraint here. You don't need to path. You don't need to choose your path such that like your path is passing through the root. You don't need to do that. So you have to choose a path in which root might be there and root might not be there, right? And also a node can appear in the sequence at most once. So the path sum of a path is the sum of the nodes value in the path. So you have to find the path of the sum of the paths of the nodes, and also given the root of a binary tree, return the maximum path sum of any path. So before jumping the solution, before jumping the dry run, I want to let you know a very interesting fact here. This was the problem I was asked in the Amazon interview, and I was not able to solve at that time because I was not able to, I was not having that much grasp on the dynamic programming. But now I am going to explain this problem in front of you guys. That's a really like good thing. Like एक साल पहले तो मुझसे भी solve नहीं हो रही थी problem. Now I am going to explain you. So the difficulty I have faced in the dynamic programming and what I have experienced, I am going to share with you guys here. So don't worry guys, I am going to explain you what the Amazon has asked me. The problem was asked me in back 1 year. So it was like directly the problem was really same. This was the problem exactly. There was no twist. This was the problem I was asked in the Amazon interview. So what is the binary tree maximum path sum? So let's see this example. You are given 1, 2 and 3. So here you can directly identify the maximum path sum will be the 6 here. So this is a not an complex example. Let's take a bit more complex example. Okay, this is really good example. So what is given here? we are given -10, 9, 20, 15 and 7. So think about it. What will be the maximum answer? Although you have seen the answer already. No, you have not seen the answer. So what will be the maximum answer? Can I choose this path? Okay, let's see. Take this part. 9 plus -10 plus 20 plus 7. Okay, can I choose? I don't think this will be our answer. Minus plus 20 plus 7. This will be 26. Okay, let's take this path. So I have already told you root might not be there. So B 20 plus 15 plus 7. In this path you can see there is no root and it is our maximum answer, that is the 42. So you have to choose this path and you have to tell the maximum sum you can achieve. By choosing such path, like you will be having the maximum sum. You can have the negative number as well, guys. So this was a constraint. I was like in the interview, guys, you have to always ask the clarifying question first. So what I did in my interview, I didn't ask what can be the range of the numbers. I just assume it will be the positive numbers and I will have to add all the numbers. Then in the end the interviewer told me like there can be a negative numbers as well. So it was a big red flag for me because I never asked the clarifying question. So it is a really good thing and good practice. So ask the clarifying question to your interviewer. So here you can see there is a negative numbers also. So you can assume there will be negative numbers also, right? So always ask the clarifying question first. So as we identify, the maximum answer will be the 42 in this case, right? So let's jump into this problem. How to approach this kind of tree problem when you approach this kind of tree. So suppose this is our tree. I am going to take another example. Not example. I am just going to tell you how to approach this kind of problem. Okay. So in the dynamic programming, we have learned what I need to find. I need to find the answer of the smaller problems only. If I have the answer of the smaller problem, then I can easily identify the answer of the bigger problems, right? So suppose there is only one node here. There is only one node. What will the answer here, guys? Answer will be only this node. Value of this node. Okay, let's suppose I am inserting 2 nodes more. So what will be the answer in this case? Okay, so in this case, answer will be either it can be this value, either it can be only this value, or it can be this, or it can be this. Okay, so if I am taking this example, this is our root, and suppose this is our one node, and this is node number 2. So our answer, what will be our answer here? Maximum of n1, n2, or root, or n1 plus root, or n2 plus root. This could be our answer, right? So this is the one possibility we can have this kind of answer. So how to approach this kind of problem, guys? So before jumping into the solution, before jumping into the problem, I just want to do a dry run over here. What if this is our tree, okay? So I am standing at here, okay? I am standing at here and I am asking this guy, I am asking this subtree, this is the subtree. I am asking this guy, give me your answer, I will calculate myself. Give me your answer, I will calculate myself. So here we are using the top-down approach, guys. Pay attention. Here we are using top-down approach. I am standing at here. I am moving forward to the smaller problem. So what this guy is saying to this guy, this subtree, like give me your answer. What is your maximum value? Then I will calculate my answer. Okay. Okay, and same thing he is asking, it is asking to the this subtree. Okay, give me your answer, I will find my answer as well. Okay, so how can you identify the like answer of this? Like if I am having the answer of this and this. Okay, so what we can do, suppose our answer is the maximum answer. So our answer will be here, maximum answer till now. But suppose this is giving the value, so how it is giving we will look further, but as of now suppose it is giving me the answer of the left. It is giving that like I have the maximum path sum as left. This subtree is saying I have the maximum path as left, and this subtree is saying I have the maximum path sum as right, right, and I can add the value. Okay, so this will be the our answer in the end, right? So what we will have to return in the case, if I am standing at here, what I have to return here, think about it guys. Should I return this value? Not at all, right? What should I return? Okay, so I will return the value of the maximum of the right and left plus node value. Okay, what is the maximum of the left and right plus that value? Because suppose I am standing at here, okay, and it is again asking this subtree and this subtree, give me your maximum path sum, I will return myself here. So it is giving him like this is our left, this is our right, and it will try to update the maximum answer, right? And now this guy will return this value, left or right में जो maximum होगा वो लेगा and will add up into the itself and will return. Okay guys, so this is the crux of this problem. What we have to ask, we don't need to worry about like how to call this function, how to do that thing. We just need to ask the results to two guys, like one is the left and second is the right guy. We have to ask the answer for their left subtree and the right subtree. I am asking like, hey left subtree, give me your answer, give me your maximum path sum, don't worry about me, give me your answer. And here again he is asking to the same thing to the right subtree, give me your answer, I will find myself. Okay, so this is the way how we can approach in the top down manner guys. So this is the really cool thing. We just need to call two function here, not two function, we just need to make the two function calls here and we are done. So we have broken down our problem into the smaller sub problems, and now again in the end we will be having the result of the smaller problems and we will come to our result. Okay, so let's see the code of this problem. Okay, suppose I have a function, I am just writing a pseudo code here, I will show you the full code as well. So this is our node. If node is equal to null, so in that case what will be our answer? That will be return 0. There is a no root, there will be the maximum path sum as 0. Okay, and suppose this is our answer which is initialized by the very minimum value. Now here comes a very interesting thing. So I am asking the left subtree, hey left subtree, tell me your answer, and this function is giving me the maximum path sum, right? So I am asking the left subtree, tell me your answer, I will find myself. Okay, and same thing I am asking to the right subtree. Node of right. Okay, so here I am asking to the same thing to the node of right. Okay, Now one more thing uh, I need to mention here, guys. You can't take the you can't take the negative numbers if this function is giving me the negative number. So like what I will do here, okay, I will take the maximum value of this, maximum of this and 0. So now I have the result of the left and the right subtree. So why I am doing this? Okay. So if I talk about the previous example, why I am doing the 0 wala thing. Okay, let me explain that thing first, then we will come to the this thing. Why I am doing the 0 wala thing here. Minus 10, 9, 20 and 15 and 7. Right. So in the very end, this will return 15. Okay, this will return 7. Okay, now I am standing at here and it is having the result of this left and right subtree. So 15 plus 7 will be the 22. 22 plus 20 will be the 42. And it will return 9 and it will return 42. Okay. So now suppose one thing, instead of doing that, if I am returning minus 15 here, so what I will do here, if I am doing the minus 15 here, suppose, and it is returning minus 15 and it is returning 7 and I am standing at here. Okay, so what I have to do here, node value plus left plus right. This is what we were doing in the our answer, right? Okay, so if I am considering the like this value left, minus 15 plus 7 plus 20. Okay, so will it make sense to consider the negative numbers? Think about it, guys. Will it make sense to consider this negative number? Can't we do it like this, 20 plus 7 directly? Why are we considering minus 15? We can directly consider 0 now. That is why we were taking the 0 as maximum number. We don't want to go result beyond that limit. If I am asking for this guy and it is giving me negative number, what I will do, I will consider that element as 0. Okay. So what will be the now recurrence relation in this case, guys? So let's come. So again, let's come to the our main function. What I was writing the main function, guys. So let me draw a line first here. Okay. So our main function was like this. I was having the node. Okay. And if node is equal to null, then return 0. Now this guy is asking, hey left subtree, give me your answer. So it will give me the maximum answer, maximum of the 0 and the subtree answer. Node of left we will call in the function. Okay, one second. And in the right itself, we have to call 0 function of node of right. Okay, so this is how we are going to approach our function here. So this is the like now if I want to update my answer, what will be my answer? Maximum of answer which is currently existing, left plus right plus node ka value. Right, guys? And what I will return in the case, मैं क्या रिटर्न करूंगा यहाँ पे? So as I told you, what we have to return here, guys, we have to return maximum of left राइट प्लस नोड का वैल्यू, right guys, this thing we are going to return here. So this is our pseudo code, and now I'm going to see going to show you the full code of this program. So yeah, you can see, like, forget about this max pass some function, max part down. So if node is equal to null, then we are going to return 0, and we are asking the left subtree and right subtree to give their answer and maximum value. We are calculating and returning the maximum of both these, and we are returning the node value. So this is how we are going to approach a tree, like dynamic programming on tree. We have to just broken down. The fundamental is clear, guys. Here fundamental is the, like, we have to divide our problem into the smaller problem, and after having the result of the smaller problem, then we will be having the result of the bigger problem automatically. The basic fundamental and the basic building block is clear here, guys. You need, whether it is graph, string, vector, any kind of thing, any kind of data structure is there, you need to just follow a basic building block, that you need to have the answer of the smaller problem first. You need to break down your problem first, then you will be having the results of the bigger problem as well, right? So this is how you are going to approach a dynamic programming on various data structure. So we have seen this problem now. So I hope this makes sense, and what I want to do, you guys, search the binary max pass sum in the Google, and also you can find that this problem on LeetCode and submit it on yourself, and then try to, and then again watch this code first. So before jumping into code, before seeing this code, I want you guys go onto the LeetCode and then submit this problem. Then if you are not able to submit it, then do the dry run. If you are not able to submit it, then come here. So first, before jumping into the solution part, you just need to try on yourself first. Okay guys, so this was the dynamic programming on tree. Now we are going to see a really interesting problem, or which was I think I solved this problem in the January challenge of this year, and it was kind of long challenge of CoreChef. So CoreChef had a long challenge contest. So I solved that problem in the contest of January 2021. I will be providing the link of this problem as well. So we are going to discuss a very interesting problem here. So this is our problem statement here, guys. So I am going to read the problem, and then we will discuss the problem statement, and I will explain the problem statement, but you guys need to solve the problem. So how you will approach this problem, you need to identify. I will give the hint of this problem, then you will then you will have to go onto the CoreChef and submit this problem. Okay guys, so what is the problem here? So Mike and Tracy also want to watch the grand finale. So there is a league, CoreChef Premium League is going on, and they want to watch the grand finale, but unfortunately they could not get the tickets to the match. However, Mike is not someone who gives up so easily. Okay, he has a plan to watch the match. So what is the plan of the Mike here? Okay, the field where the match is played is surrounded by a wall with the height of k. Outside there are the n boxes numbered 1 through the n. For each valid I, the ith box has a height of h of I. Okay. Mike wants to take the some boxes and stack them on the top of each other to build the towers. So Mike wants here, Mike wants to build the 2 towers using those boxes. The height of the each tower is the sum of the height of the all boxes. Okay. So of course no box may be in the both tower. Okay, that is a obvious constraint here. The height of the each tower should be at least k. So then Mike can climb up on the one tower and Tracy up on the other tower, and they can watch the match uninterrupted. So what the problem is here, while Mike is busy in the stacking the boxes, Tracy would like to know the smallest number of boxes required to build 2 towers such that each of them has height at least k. Okay. So Mike wants to build the 2 towers such that the height of the each tower is at least k. And how he can build the tower? using the n boxes. Like there are n boxes, and some of boxes he will use, and there is certain height of the each boxes, and he will use those boxes, and he will try to accomplish the given height, that is at least k. Okay, so what the Tracy wants to know? Tracy wants to know the what will be the minimum number of boxes of such. Okay, so it is the input pattern. You will be given a t test cases, and then you will be given n and k, and n is the number of boxes and k is the minimum height we want to achieve. Okay, the second line contains the n space separated integer, that is h1 to hn. Okay, so output क्या रहेगा हमारा? Output will be the for each test case print a single line containing one integer. The smallest number of boxes required to build 2 towers is. Okay, so you have to return the smallest number of the boxes to accomplish that height, that was the k. If it is not possible, then return -1. Okay, so let's took an example, guys. Here without example I don't think it will make sense. Okay, so let me erase it first. Okay, so there is one example here, like n is 8 and k is 38. N is 8 and k is 38 here, guys. Okay, what are the height of the boxes? That is 7, 8, 19, 7, 8. Okay, 7, 10, 20. Okay, so he wants to build the tower of 2 towers such that height of the each tower is 38, at least 38. So how he can build the tower with the using the minimum number of boxes here? Okay, so in this example he can use one tower 8. Okay, another that is 10. Okay, another is 20, and this is the 38. Okay, and in another example he can use 7 and 8. I am not using the same box here. I am using because the boxes of the same height are given here. That's why you might see here the duplicacy. So I am not using the same boxes here, guys. Please pay attention. And that is 90. So we have achieved the height of 41. So what are the minimum number of boxes here, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total of 7 boxes we are using here to achieve the height. Okay, so how we can do this problem? So we have seen the loads of the pattern in the previous lectures as well. If you haven't watched, please go those all the patterns, and then comes to this problem. So how we can approach this problem? What kind of pattern, what kind of stuff, and we have already learned the patterns. What kind of pattern is going to be applied here? Okay, I will give you a hint. Then you have to decide and what kind of pattern it is we are going to apply here. Okay, I am going to give you a hint, guys, here. So you are given a n and you have to achieve k. Okay, and you are given n boxes. So you have to choose what boxes, which boxes you are going to choose to accomplish this height 38. So you have to make a decision here whether you are going to include this box in your tower or not. So अभी तक तो आपको पता चल गया होगा. I have used the term here decision. So I have used the term decision. So this problem is type of the decision making pattern here, guys. So we are going to follow a decision making pattern here. We have already seen decision making pattern. If you haven't watched, then go through that video first, then come to here. Okay, so what you need to do, guys, here you have to choose one of the boxes for each tower, and you need to accomplish this height. Okay, you have to decide whether you can include or you cannot include this box in the tower. Okay, so this was the hint I have already provided you. So you have to solve it on yourself, and also I have provided the link in the description. So you have to solve it first. Then if you guys face any kind of difficulty, then comment, आप comment कर सकते हो, and we will take this problem in the separate lecture. Okay guys, so try to solve this problem first. I have already provided you a sufficient hint that this problem is lying in the decision making pattern, and also you need to decide whether you can choose this box or not. So I have given you the hint, and solve it first, do the dry run, and then submit it on PowerChef as well. Okay guys, so okay, so that was it from my side guys. सो अगर आपको ये प्लेलिस्ट पसंद आई है तो इस प्लेलिस्ट को शेयर कीजिए, अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आई है तो इस प्लेलिस्ट को शेयर कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए, और इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, और अपने दोस्तों के बीच में भी प्लेलिस्ट का लिंक शेयर कीजिए, बिकॉज डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग जो स्टफ है ना गाइस, दिस इज द रियली टफर इन आवर प्रोग्रामिंग कम्युनिटी. सो प्लीज शेयर एंड like this video, and also if you want more videos on the dynamic programming, please comment and I will look all the comments, and if I find like there are lots of comments, then I will definitely provide you another videos on the like dynamic programming and all other stuff. So if you guys show me your love, then I will definitely give you all other interview preparation journey, and also all the competitive programming journey. Also I will share the more stuff on the dynamic programming. And one more thing I just want to let you know guys, here I am going to provide you the Java lecture series which I have introduced in the very first lecture, in the very first video. So I will be live from the Monday onwards, and we will be covering our track 1, track 2 and track 3 over there. So आपको वहाँ पे ट्रैक 1, ट्रैक 2, ट्रैक 3 की डिटेल्स जो है मैंने वो पहली वाली वीडियो में बता दी है. सो इफ़ यू वांट टू कवर द जावा लेक्चर सीरीज, तो मैं मंडे से लाइव आना स्टार्ट कर दूंगा. सो डोंट वरी गाइस, वी आर गोइंग टू कवर लॉट्स ऑफ थिंग. ओके गाइस, सो थैंक यू गाइस. सो जस्ट लेट्स क्रैक इट. ओके बाय.